What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope you're having a great hump day. I am having the most incredible time of my life. I understand now what people talk about when they say vacation's all I ever wanted. Vacation had the getaway. Vacation when you lose such a love. Is that lose such? I don't know. I don't know what it is, Belinda Carlisle. But vacation, you got to work hard, play hard, and take a vacation because if you don't, you're gonna bust. But here's the great thing: is I've learned in my life to be able to multitask. Okay, because see, some of y'all think that when I talk about the Cowboys, that it's work. That's like vacation to me. I enjoy talking about the Dallas Cowboys. I enjoy keeping up about what's going on. That is almost like my Zen time. Okay, my Zen time. Now, so don't feel bad for me, bro. Don't feel bad for me. Although, what the heck happened? Okay, I I have learned how to be able to multitask, how to be able to do Jobu Sports while working a job because it doesn't take me long. I have been sitting here. This is the fourth location that I've done a video in the last 2 hours because I'm stockpiling. There's news that's been happening. CeeDee Lamb went down in practice, so I brought that to you. Finding out that Steve Young and Susan Colburn may be canned from ESPN, and the reason why Michael Irvin probably will never be working for ESPN again because of the changing dynamics. I've actually done a tour of my room, which is incredible because they have a tablet that's like this that controls everything, opens up the screens. It's got like 5 different settings of lights from power. Let's see, what was not powerful, but they got like a boxing glove on it, so it tells you, it's like this is like the pump up and all that. They got the mood lighting, although I'm not sure about the music that they have for the mood lighting. They've got the hangover lighting and everything else, which is kind of like a blue light and stuff, which is kind of like the Cowboys, because sometimes we get the blues from our Cowboys. But while the wife is doing some things with the girls, doing the spa treatments and things, I'm just relaxing right now, and that feels good. But I want to talk about something that's probably, I don't know, about 500 miles or so away from me right now. The Texas coast. Yes, the Texas coast, which is on the Gulf of Mexico. Dak Prescott may have just coined the term for the Dallas Cowboys offense, the Texas coast. We've all been wondering exactly what are the Cowboys going to be doing with this offense. You got Mike McCarthy, who has been in football since the good old days of the West Coast being born. Well, not really being born because that was back in the 70s, which really started in Cleveland, but evolved with the 49ers and really became known as the West Coast offense because it was West Coast teams that were doing it. But it was an offense that's predicated on having a great tight end, using a fullback and a running back, having the ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly, not necessarily as much deep throwing, but giving the ball in space to players to make plays, which is one of those things that it actually dealt with getting more yards after catch as opposed to Kellen Moore's, which was one of the worst teams as far as yards after catch because of all the curl routes and comebacks and things like that. So the question has been are we scrapping that whole offense and starting all over? Because there were some great things about the offense. It did average over 30 points with Dak Prescott the last 2 years and score more points than people. So to say we're going to scrap that and start all over doesn't necessarily make sense. So we're getting a hybrid. And this is what Dak Prescott said about this. Funny, this is the Texas coast. We just renamed that the quarterbacks. It's definitely some West Coast principles. Like I said, getting the ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly, scripting like the first 20 plays, and it's about timing routes and being in the spot where the quarterback is like 1, 2, 3, drop, boom, and the ball's going to be fired to that spot. But it has a little bit of what we've done in the past, and just obviously marrying it together with a lot of detail and maybe in a sense a system that's not out there. So there you go. That is music to my ears that you're going to use. So I'm hoping that one of the things that the Cowboys have done better than anybody else over the last couple of years is using 12 personnel, two tight end sets. And you could look at that from the standpoint of saying that with the West Coast, what they end up having is a fullback and a running back in there, that maybe it ends up being that one of the tight ends is like that H-back, which is kind of like a hybrid of a tight end and a fullback. And that's kind of still your two tight end sets. It's a great running formation and it's a great passing formation as well. And that keeps the defense on their toes because they don't know if we go heavy to stop the run because they've got 7 guys that can block, or are we going to have to worry about 5 wideouts because you could take a Tony Pollard out the backfield and you can put him out where you've got an empty backfield. You can then, shift and have the tight end get out wide, and all of a sudden now you've got numbers on your side. That's one of the things that worked really, really well for the Cowboys. I'm so excited and talk so much that my cheeks feel tight. Another things that the Cowboys did really well was hurry up offense. That they were really one of the better teams when they were going no huddle. Another thing would be actually getting Dak out of the pocket. It's always been very, very good. So I would say those are some of the things that the Cowboys did better than anybody else. Typically, I'm hoping that they scrap running up the middle on first down on a regular, because it seemed like more times than not that we're getting 1 or 2 yards or losing 1 or 2 yards and putting us in second and long on a consistent basis. Now, something else. Let me go back to my tablet here. Tablets are incredible. The technology, and this is where I've learned to actually be able to be a little bit more mobile. Having a tablet like this makes life a lot easier, especially when you've got a damn Gina that's keeping you up to date. Gina, watch that air quality. All that smoke that's coming out of Canada is not good for your health. So definitely, y'all, everybody who's in the path of all that smoke, because you don't want that smoke. You don't want that smoke. If you got lung ailments or, a little older stuff, make sure that you kind of stay inside with some AC on. But the play of the day during this mini camp workout was a deep TD pass from Dak Prescott to Brandon Cooks. And already Brandon Cooks is showing you a lot more speed than what we had last year with Noah Brown and separation. And those things matter. They really and truly matter, having guys that can get open and can make plays. I know everybody wants to put it all on the quarterback and say, he's got to be this, that, and the other, and he's got to overcome everything. But there's only so many things that you can overcome. And if you're a Dak Prescott supporter or a Dak Prescott hater, you really, if you're a Cowboy fan, because that's what it should all be about, you should be rooting for the Cowboys to do everything they can to support him. If you think that he's not good enough on his own, well, let's do enough to make sure that he can do it with whatever help he needs. Because in the end, if Dak Prescott doesn't succeed, we don't succeed. So I'm excited. The Texas Coast offense. Wow. Whew. And I'll say, if you are at all interested in going on a cruise and want to know more about the Scarlet Lady, I have a whole playlist of my experience thus far on the Scarlet Lady on the cruise ship. I'm going to tell you, this has been far and away better than the other 2 cruises by a mile. The ship itself, it's new. The electronics, the Wi-Fi, the fact that I can even keep up with the Dallas Cowboys and upload to you guys right there, I'm sold just on that. But the amenities, the staff, everything has been freaking incredible here. And so if you want to see and, get a layman's view of what it's like on this cruise ship, because I'm not that frou-frou guy. I'm that guy that can eat at 7-Eleven a couple hot dogs and some chicken wings on the job site. So getting my perspective is not like I'm a travel guy that does this for a living. I'm just a regular guy that's taking a week off to try and enjoy himself, and you can get that real feel effect, because I'm gonna be honest with you, some of that food is too frou-frou for me, and it'll be some people's taste, not quite me, but there is some incredible food though to go with it. I'm Mark Holmes, and I appreciate you. Peace.